Here is our mini lesson on long division. Well, we have a little acronym, just like order of operations, where we have, please excuse my dear Aunt Sally, we have every mad sixth grader choose bubblegum. And each one of these words stands for the process that you do long division. And you keep doing that over and over and over again. So, first of all, when we want to do long division, we're going to estimate, then multiply, subtract, compare, and then bring down. So let's go through the first example and show you how to do this process, and then we'll do another one. So here I have 972 divided by 15. So 972 is being divided by 15. So 972 goes on our inside and our 15. All right, so here's where we're going to estimate. So we're going to figure out how many 15s go into 9, okay? So when we do long division, we look at one digit at a time and we start left to right, just like we're reading a book. So if we have 900, we can't group 900 into 15 equal groups. So that is not possible. So we put a 0 there. Now we move over to 97. So let's pretend we have 970. So if we've got 970 Cuisinart rods or something like that, we can break them into 15 groups. So we need to estimate how many that is. So here's where we're going to do our multiplication. We're actually going to do that all at once. So that way it makes our multiplication really easy. And we're going to skip count starting with 15s. So if we think about it, my first group of 15 is 15. Then my second group is 30. Third is 45, fourth is 60, fifth is 75, sixth is 90, seven is 105, then we go 120 and 135. Hopefully we can see the 135 down there. Yes, we can. All right, so we have all of our multiplication from 1 through 9. So when we do long division, we only worry about digits 1 through 9 up here at the top. We don't worry about 10s, 11s, or 12s, all right? So now if I'm looking at 97, I want to figure out how many 15s are in 97. So that's where our estimate up here. So if I look down my row, I have 90 and then 105. 105 is too big because I'm going to subtract these two numbers. So I'm going to go to 90. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 groups. So my 6 goes up here at the top. So that's my estimation. All right. Then I do my multiplication. So 6 15s are 90. Remember, we're ignoring that 2. All right. Now we do subtract. And now we compare. We want to make sure we subtracted right, first of all, and that we estimated correctly as well. Because if this number is larger than 15, then this 6 should have been a 7. But since 7 is smaller than 15, we know we did it right. So now we go to the bubblegum, bring down. So the 2 is going to regroup with the 7 and become 72 now. Now I start the whole process over again. Go back up to estimate. Estimate how many 15s are in 72. Well, looking down at my list, 5 groups give me 75. That's too big because remember, I'm going to subtract and I can't do 75 minus or from subtracted from 72. So I would go up to 60. So that means I have 4 full groups. So that's my estimation. So my multiplication of 4 times 15 is 60. Now I subtract. Now I compare, is 12 less than 15? Yes, it is. So I know I estimated right and I subtracted correctly. So now I have to bring down. Well, there's nothing left to bring down, so that means I'm done. So 12 is my remainder. So that means that 15 goes into 972 64 times with a remainder of 12. All right, so let's do one more example of example number 2. And we're going to go a little bit larger. And we're going to do 8,653 divided by 125. Okay, so I'm going to make my list of 125s. So I have 1 group, and I'm going to start skip counting. 2 groups, 3 groups, 4 groups, 5 groups, 6, 7, 8, and barely fits 9. All right, So let's see if you can see that. There we go. All right, so there's my 9 groups of 125. Okay, so again, writing out those multiplications of my divisor really helps me in this process. All right. Okay, so let's go ahead and put 8,653. Okay, so again, we're going to go left to right. So let's pretend we've modeled 8,653 and I've got 8 1,000 cubes. So I can't break 8 1,000 cubes into 125. Okay, so now let's go to 86. So if I break apart my 1,000 cubes into 100 pieces, I still can't break 8,600 pieces into 125 equal groups. All right, so then I move over to 865. So let's pretend I have 865 now, tens groups. So that will work. So if I look at my list, I know I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 groups because 7 is too big. So 6 groups, that's my estimation. So 6 goes up at the top. Okay, now I do my multiplication. 6 times 125 is 750. Again, making this list makes my multiplication way faster. Now I subtract. Okay, now I compare to make sure that my estimation and my subtraction are on point, and this is smaller than 125, so I did good. So now I bring down my 3. Okay, now I estimate how many 125 goes into 1,153. So looking at my list, that's all the way down here at the bottom. So I have 9 full groups. So that's my estimation. My multiplication is 1,125. Now I subtract. Okay, so I have to borrow from my 5. So 13 minus 5 is 8, 4 minus 2 is 2, and that becomes zeros. Now I compare. So A, I subtracted right. B, I estimated right. And do I have anything else to bring down? No, I don't. So now I'm done. So my remainder is going to be 28. So 8,653 divided by 125 is 69 with a remainder of 28. And that is our mini lesson on long division.